Greetings, everybody. This is Robert from Waco Masonic Lodge, past master secretary, all those things that we introduce every time we do this. Here again with past master brother, the Honorable Alex G. Powers.
Oh, I got an honorable. What did I do to deserve that?
That's a generic term required by the Grand Lodge of Texas when referring to all fellow Masons.
Man, you bust me out with the honorable, and then you just run away. How you doing today, man?
Doing well, doing well. We're having beautiful weather here, and things are just strumming right along.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was a really nice day here as well. Looked like we were going to get some rain there for a little bit, and then it just kind of went right away and bright sunshine. So we actually grilled out on the deck and ate out there as well. So it was a good day all around, man.
What'd you eat on the deck?
We did some drumsticks on the grill. Wife got some buffalo sauce that went on them that I wasn't too sure about, but it actually ended up being really good.
Nice. We're having tamales from Laredo,
Ooh,
courtesy of dear brother Ruben Bassan III.
nice. Very good. You have to let me know how those are. That sounds fantastic.
They are gonna be good.
Well, it looks like we got a bunch of brothers joining in with us as well. Well, not just brothers, everybody. Got, of course, my wife on here getting everything shared out. Much appreciated. Let's see who else we got in here. Brother Brewer, Brother Fletcher, Brother Maddox is on here again, which I think he's going to be joining us here pretty soon for a toast. Is that right, Robert?
I believe that is right.
Fantastic. Brother Maddox, you're on our radar. Can't wait to have you on here, brother. See, we also got Brother Bowen, Brother Wynn, Brother Barber, Brother Staley. Awesome. All kinds of people joining in with us, man. We really appreciate you guys doing this, hanging out with us 15 minutes every night. It's been a ride. I've sure enjoyed it though. Robert, this is definitely off of our typical recording schedule. What's your thoughts on this whole venture we've been doing?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. We're usually doing 2 releases a month typically, and trying to record maybe a few times more than that. But yeah, every night definitely is different. But I think it's been enjoyable at the same time. I've looked forward to it. Had some awesome conversations with brothers on here. So, but yeah, I'm kind of ready for the normality to get back as well.
I was kidding. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, it has. Yeah, I was chatting with the Grand Master just before this, and he was rubbing it in a little bit, not really, but spend some time out on a sailboat out the lake, and we haven't even got ours out yet. We don't have a sailboat, but pontoon. But man, I am dying to hit the water this year, so hopefully we can get that thing ready to go and on the water here pretty quick, because I'm ready for
Same here. We got a pontoon as well, and I'll be happy to get it out.
Heck yeah, man. Especially with this weather we've been having. It'll be quite nice to get back to that.
Agreed.
Well, brothers, I appreciate everyone filling in us a few nights. We can see the little ticker up top showing how many people are viewing, but we don't know exactly who those guys are unless you drop us a comment. So in the comments, let us know how your quarantine time is going, what you're toasting with us tonight. And just let us know you're here with us so we can see those individual names come up, man. We really appreciate you guys joining in day after day. Looks like we got a few
Drop us some
Grandmasters and
comments
past
down there.
Grandmasters on here as well. What's that, Robert?
I was just reiterating that they should drop us some comments down there.
Heck yeah. Let us know we're here. Let us know you're here, guys. So what's your thoughts on this, man? Quarantine. You think it's coming to an end? So Kansas is supposed to be up on the 3rd. Well, I guess everything technically on the 4th, probably Monday, but we've heard potentially that it might get extended, but it's not feeling that way. So I don't really know how to call it this minute, but it feels like it could be over here pretty quick, at least, to the part of going back to work and getting some normality.
Yeah,
I think where you're at.
I think most likely what we're looking at right now is that it'll temporarily be over, and the shelter-in-place orders will be lifted. And then this fall, winter, if there is not a miracle vaccine by then, because it would be a miracle for us to have it that fast, then there's a really good chance that we'll be going back into something like this. It just depends on how much infrastructure, I guess, they are able to build up in the hospitals.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're saying this, kind of slows down or dies out a bit with the warmer weather, but once we get that colder weather back, then it kind of thrives. So, yeah, man, that'll be a little scary to see, but hopefully that miracle comes our way. That's what everybody's pulling for. Some people think it's fake to begin with, so
Yeah,
everybody's protesting these days.
Kyle Walquist out there, he thinks it's all overblown.
Yeah, I hear that quite a bit, man. My youngest daughter, one of her little friends rode by on her bike today, and they were, keeping their distance and all, just kind of saying hello. But she popped up with that. She's like, I think it's all fake. Media is just tricking us. Wow, propaganda is going on in your house.
She's gonna get herself appointed to a cabinet position with that kind of rhetoric.
Oh, sorry, you froze up there. I don't know if that was for everybody. What would you say?
She'll get herself appointed to a leadership position with that kind of rhetoric.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Well, let's see here. So we've had a few different shares lately, and I think we're back to my turn. So I ran up to the lodge, and I've actually wanted to share this for a few days now. I thought this was really cool. So I shared with you guys, I don't know exactly how long, less than a week ago, bylaws, not the original bylaws, but like 1880s bylaws for my lodge. It was a whole booklet full of them, and they were very, very particular on everything in the lodge, down to the color and the length of the staffs, everything. And one of the things that lists in there, today we wear our officer jewels around the neck, but back then they wore them as a badge hanging from the left breast. So I thought this was pretty neat. This is actually the current master's jewel for Gardner Lodge. Some lodges have the very scenic part. We just got the blue rope, keep it old school here. But if you notice where the rope connects, let me get to my camera, where the rope connects to the jewel, those two look mighty different. That square and compass up there is rather new. I don't know when they actually utilize these two, but this is one of our, I don't know if it's original, but original to this current building we have, which was 1906, 1907. I don't know that these go past that. I kind of doubt it, but they could. But this was is the original jewel prior to using these. And I found this box in the bottom of one of our very old safes. And you'll find, for those of you that have heard me rant on about Gardner history, we've got one guy that I praise quite often, Frank Lyon. He's got a gnarly kind of that Poindexter hairstyle. He was actually the Grand Secretary, not Grand Secretary, the Lodge Secretary that ran into the building while it was burning in flames and saved all of our lodge records. It was only to that guy's endeavors that I was able to write the history book. So always cool to come by something with his name on it, something personal to him from when he was secretary in the lodge. And you open this up and you find two items in here, or two sets of items. We've got some of the old black cubes and balls. Thought those were pretty neat to see what they were using back in the early days of the lodge. But we also have something else pretty interesting in here. We have some breast jewel ribbons that have been cut. So these would have been the original, at least to the 1907 opening of the new lodge, or the new lodge building. These would have been the jewels that they were wearing. So if I can get this to operate here, this would actually affix something like that and hang from the left breast. At a certain point, they wanted to stop wearing those, probably stop driving the pins through their coat jackets and get the around the neck, he cut it off and mounted it. So I thought it was really cool that even though we've got these new ropes and these, shiny square compasses, I don't think half of our officers realize just how old the actual jewels are that they're wearing while they serve in their office. I think that's pretty special. I need to do some more digging. I would love to date these past the 1907 period, and hopefully they do go back past that. I kind of doubt it though. From everything I've read, the only thing that survived were the books that Brother Lyon ran out of there with, and of course the two documents, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, that they recovered, I'm guessing, afterwards, that were very, very crisp to the touch. So I doubt these are originals in the 1860s era, but definitely quite old and special to wear. And then this is a complete model. I believe these are from Wellsville. So we had two lodges that merged with us throughout the years. The oldest one that merged with us was Edgerton Lodge, or Palestine Lodge, in Edgerton, Kansas. And then the most recent one, about 3-4 years ago, was Wellsville Lodge. I'm thinking this came from Wellsville because it's a newer piece I've seen added. But this is actually the complete deal, very similar to the other one, but of course got the pin up top, the ribbon coming down, and then the master's jewel hanging from it. So that's what, of course, this would have looked like before they were cut. Just kind of neat to put it in that perspective. That's what I think. Hopefully our officers at Gardner Lodge take a closer look next time they don the emblem of their office and see the age of the actual working tool they're wearing around their neck there, and think about all the brothers that have worn this throughout the years, not just back to the 60s or 70s, way back, at least to 1907. So just thought that was pretty cool, pretty powerful to share, that these have been serving those purposes for so long. Down in Waco, do you guys still utilize any of the old jewels or anything, or?
Thanks for sharing that, man. That square looked beautiful. Looks like
Yeah, it's a neat piece.
Let's see. The ones we currently use were donated to us by a past master in 1932, I think, off the top of my head. Okay. His name was Francis Compton. And then prior to that, I don't think there was another set except for the original, which would have been 1851. And those were purchased for us by George Bernard, who was a businessman and one of the first settlers in Central Texas. He bought them out of a Eleazar jewelry and regalia store in New York City in 1851. And I know that two of the officer jewels, the musician jewel and the chaplain jewel, I think it is, we still have those from that original set. We might have more that I haven't come across. I don't know. But we also have the square compasses and sharp instrument set that are used for candidate reception and the 3 degrees, also from that original set. So it seems that at least with the Eleazar Company in New York City in the 1850s, when they were selling officer jewel sets, they also sold the reception tools.
Wow.
That matched, which is pretty cool. And ours, I haven't seen any like it before, but I'm sure they're out there. There's hardly ever anything that's completely unique in masonry. Those reception jewels are actually one rotating piece. So you've got the square, the compass, and the sharp instrument, and they kind of rotate around a pivot. So you have them all in one piece. Kind of neat. But that's it. We just recently switched to baby blue collars We had been using the blue ropes before then. We used collars in the first 20 years, and I think our collars burned in 1875, and we switched to blue rope sometime after that.
Oh, interesting. Oh, cool, man. Looks like we got brother Staley chiming in here. He's a brother from my lodge, actually my mentee here said, nope, didn't know that about our lodge. So yeah, there's we of course tell all the new guys coming in that, especially, not to go into anything secret here or anything like that, but when you're going through your degrees and everything, to watch everything, because in a Masonic lodge, everything's there for a purpose. There's nothing, well, at least, supposed to be, not too many things sitting around with just no reason whatsoever. Everything's symbolic. So, and some of this stuff is just neat hidden symbolism that, you just don't always know exactly the true value or meaning behind those things that you've been wearing.
So I know we used to give gold past master jewels that hung on the left breast in a similar fashion to what you've got there with the ribbon hanging. I haven't ever seen any photos that led me to believe that we used to hang our officer jewels there. But what I find interesting looking at yours is it looks like the square there easily detaches from the ribbon holding it, to where if desired, a lodge could potentially give the ribbon holder to the outgoing officer or outgoing master, and then put the square on a new one each year, so that there's kind of a jewel memento.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely could. So, I mean, the best thing we can do is still attached. And I mean, as we have with a lot of like your name cards today, where you'll swap out the hanger part, it's just a clamped circle there. So I mean, you could easily pull that apart, swap it out, and clamp it back together.
Is there any engraving on any of those? Sometimes the companies would put name or location or anything like that at all?
Unfortunately not. I hadn't actually looked close to that. There's some just etching from age, of course, just some of the ratted, tatted back end. And names or anything, pretty blank, so not sure. But with that, we are at 9:03, so we better go ahead and do our toast here. So I think, even though it's not a new toast, I'm gonna go with all the brothers before us that have brought us to where we are, and to all our fallen brothers wheresoever dispersed. So, to our brothers. Cheers, everybody.
Our brothers.
Fantastic. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us once again. This has been awesome, being able to share this time with you each and every night. 15 minutes for those of you that might be joining for the first time. We're jumping on here 8:45 Central Standard Time, share a little bit of history, chat with the brothers, and we ended off with our 9 p.m. traditional toast. So we promise to come back, and we hope we see you tomorrow. We'll be right back here at 8:45, so check us out. Until then, stay safe, be well, and take some time to save some history. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.